하도록 Hello, everyone. We are really sorry for making this session late.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Was I audible? I'm really sorry.
Ma'am, you're audible now, ma'am.
Okay, so I will start it again. Hello once again, and we would like to welcome you to the AIML internship induction session, and thank you for joining today. Before we get into anything, I'd like to apologize for the delay in starting the program. We know you had to wait quite a long time, and we really appreciate your patience, but we were working on our side so that the program is worth your time. And just to set the context, today's session is mainly about introducing the program, introducing the team, as you guys were asking me about the team in the interview itself, and getting to know all of you as well. As you guys already know, this is a project-based AIML internship, and you will have classes 2 days a week, as mentioned, Monday and Wednesday. Throughout the program, you'll be mentored and guided with concepts, projects, and assignments. These sessions will be more practical and discussion based rather than just theory. As you move forward in the program, you'll be working on an end to end AIML project. You'll start from understanding the problem, then moving to working with data, building models, and evaluating them. So, if some of these feels new right now, that's completely fine. That's exactly why this program exists. During the internship, you'll be working on a real project called ApexScribe, which is the transcription based AI project focused on converting audio into text. You need not have to worry, you'll get to know more about it once you start working on the project. That's it from my side to share to you about the program. Now, let's start with the introduction. As I took some of your interview, I hope you are quite familiar with my name, but for those who don't know me yet, my name is Arusi Subedi. I work here as a AI lead executive. I completed my bachelor's in computer engineering and have been working and learning about this field since then. Now, before we move ahead, let me ask our team members to quickly introduce themselves. First, I would like our head of engineering, Aman Chakya, to introduce himself. So, yeah, over to you, Amandai.
Thank you, Arisi. First of all, welcome to Odcru, and let me introduce myself shortly. I am Aman Sakya, and I've been working as a head of engineering department at Odcru. I also have an experience of 8 years plus in software engineering. So let me introduce about this program shortly. This intern preparation program is designed for you to prepare for the real AI industry work and for one of the key projects you will be exposed to Odcru. Through this program, you'll be learning how real AI systems are built by working with data, embedding, and end-to-end pipelines, not just for models or demos. This it focuses on practical skills, ownership, and real engineering thinking. Strong performance can lead to deeper project involvement and long-term opportunity at Odcru. Yeah, it's not just for the certificates or anything. You'll be deeply involved in projects and long-term opportunity at Odcru. And with that, I'll hand it over to the rest of the team members to walk you through the program details. Thank you.
So yeah, thank you so much, Amanda. Now let's move to our lead data scientist, Vidya Pokhrel, to introduce herself.
Hi everyone. I won't speak much because I am a little sick today. Telling about myself, I am Vidya and I'm currently working as a data scientist in multiple companies. Here in Odcru, I'm working as a contract-based lead data scientist. That's it from my side. Yeah, we will talk much when we will actually get into the project. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, Alison.
Thank you so much. Um, Next, we have Bikal, who is an associate AI engineer and also the part of the project team you'll be working with. Please introduce yourself. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am, you
Yes,
are.
you
So yeah,
are.
Bikal, please introduce yourself. Or am I not?
We can't hear you, Bikal. Okay, let's move on to Isan. Yes, now.
Okay, hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Isan.
Okay, so my name is Isan Pokhril. So I'll be taking this program further ahead. And talking about myself, I am an electronics engineer who has been working as a data scientist and AI/ML engineer for around 2 years now. I'm also a faculty member at one of the colleges in Lalitpur. And as I'll be taking the program, we'll get to know each other more in upcoming classes as well. So this is from my side.
So yeah, thank you so much. All right. So yeah, now it's your turn. I would like everyone to introduce themselves one by one. Just mention your name, where you are joining from, your academic background, and also mention your work experience or internships if you have any. You need not have to go into much detail. So yeah, I think we are good to start. Let's start with Sanskriti Neupane. Can
Hello,
you tell us a little bit about yourself?
hello.
Hello?
It's my audio.
Yeah, you're audible now.
Oh, hello guys.
You can,
Is me
yeah.
Bikal Pokhrel, and I'm currently working as associate AI engineer at ODCRU, and I have just currently finished my internship on ODCRU itself. Thank you. So we will be working on this project.
So yeah, thank you, Bikal. As I already said, let's start with Sanskriti Neupane. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
So, hello everyone. My name is Sanskriti Neopane, and I'm currently studying computer science and information technology at Himalaya College of Engineering. And I have not done any internship yet, but I'm happy to be here and looking forward to learning new things in the field of AI/ML as well as working on real world projects. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sanskriti. Great to know about you. Next, we move to Bises Khadki. Over to you. Please tell us who you are and a little bit about your background.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
So I am BCS Khargi from Patan Lalitpur. I am a BIM graduate from St. Xavier's College. And previously, I had worked as a PHP or Laravel developer at Anvil Technologies. Later then, I wasn't really satisfied with the kind of work I was doing, so I switched to non-IT background. And then I was exploring some other options or careers in specifically data-related fields. And then I took training at Mindrisers for data science, where I got to really sharpen my skills. And now I am like looking forward to working as an intern in ODCRU. Thank you.
Next, let's move on to Farhan.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
So, hello everyone. My name is Farhan Akhtar, and I have just graduated computing with artificial intelligence from Intern College. And I've been working in the machine learning field for the past 3 4 months. I've been working as a machine learning trainee at Technocollab Software, which is in India. And I'm looking forward to work with you guys and and to do works on real projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Farhan. All right, let's move on to Irfan.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
My name is Irfan Alam. I am from Swambhu, Kathmandu, and this is my final year in BSc CSIT. I am graduating from Kathmandu Bonnat College, which is located in Bafal. So apart from academic projects, I have not done any projects in the real world. So thank you. That's from my side.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's move on to Anup.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hi, I'm Arif Rasa. I'm from Kathmandu and I'm on my last year of software engineering. I don't have any prior experience on this field, but I do have academic knowledge on ML. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sewang, it's your turn. I'm really sorry if I pronounce your name wrong.
It's okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. My name is Chewang. I am from Kathmandu. I am a recent graduate from Slington College. My course was bachelor's BSc Computing with AI, and I've done an internship in Technical Lab Software aside with Farhan, and that's it, guys.
So thank you so much. Let's move on to Rajesh. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rajesh Chaudhary, and currently I'm living in Baswari, Kathmandu. I did Bachelor of Computer Application in my undergrad studies, and I worked as a web developer for more than 8 years. And now I'm very excited to, you know, uh, I'm very excited to get to this field of machine learning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Sumit, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Sumit. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, I did my bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering past 2013 actually. So I have experience of around 11 years in telecom field. Now, currently, since past 1 years, I'm trying to switch to this data science and AI field. I am currently doing training with Code Basics actually, which is based on US and India actually. So I've been trying to switch to this machine learning and data science field and trying to gain experience with real projects. So hopefully this Odcru team, get a chance to work on the real-time project actually. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Abhishek, it's your turn now.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
My name is Abhishek Samlagai. I'm from Pepsi-Cola, Kathmandu. I have not done any internship or project related to this field, and I'm currently studying at SEM at Padma Shri International College. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we move on to Biplab.
My name is Deep and I am from Kathmandu, and I have recently completed my bachelor degree in computer science and information technology from Texas College, and I have done intern at Django developer at Pixar Technologies. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let's move to Razina.
Am I audible to everyone? Hello?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello everyone, I'm Rajina Chaudhary from Budanian Kontha. I've recently graduated in Bachelor's in Computer Engineering from Catholic International College. I've worked as technology intern in NAST. Currently, I don't have any hands-on experience on data field, but I look forward to gain more knowledge and experience from ODCRU intern prep program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have Sudarshan. Please, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Sudarshan Adhikari, a graduate student in the field of data science and artificial intelligence. I'm very enthusiastic about working with Odcru and I hope I get to learn a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think like we did the introduction of everyone. Is anyone left? I think no, we completed everyone's introduction. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. It's really nice to hear from all of you. I see like people with diverse skills and background here, and this is surely going to be exciting for all of us. Before I hand things over, I just want to quickly talk about expectations. This pre internship learning phase is very important. Your performance here is what we will use to evaluate and select interns for the next phase. So please take it seriously. Attendance, participation, assignments, all of these matter. If you are not attending any of the sessions, please inform us prior to that. You'll get assignments, projects, so deadlines will matter. Other than that, just keep communication respectful and professional. And any internal content we share with you guys should stay within the group. Please do not share it with anyone outside the organization. And yes, being in the good books of your mentor will definitely help. So don't disappear after the first class. Also, if your mentor ever asks questions like why this model or why not something else, please don't get scared. That's not a viva, that's learning. If you don't know the answer, it's completely okay to say so. Just be willing to learn and improve. Also, do not blindly use AI to learn AI. It surely won't help you in the long run. We just expect curiosity, honesty, and consistency from your side. If you show up, stay engaged, and put in effort, you'll do absolutely fine. So yeah, that's all from my side for now. I'll now hand it over to your mentor who will take you through the next steps and what's coming up in the program. You guys have already took a big step choosing learning over your comfort zone. So all the best to everyone. Have a great time learning.
Okay, thank you, Arusi. Now, as you have said from the introduction, most of you have already have some knowledge about software development, right? Is there anyone who would have no any experience about how what software development is or any kind of those kind of fields? Some of you are still working in different uh, other domain as well, not specifically in data science, but in other domain like Django or any other domain as well. And in this project, what we will be doing is we will be doing RAG-based project. We'll be building that. Now, firstly, to introduce about RAG, I'm going to share my screen, okay? Okay, is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, before jumping into the content, now let's start with what we will be doing in this session or in this project. We'll start with that. And as the program was already said, our main project is a transcribe app that's named as ApexScribe Transcribe. which is used for text to speech to text recognition. But before that, we will be building a RAG project, which will be used to monitor how your performance will be. And if your performance is good enough to consider for that project, and you will be selected based on that, right? So please do this project very sincerely. And what we'll be building in here is a RAG-based system. Has anyone of you heard about RAG previously? What a RAG is, or any such kind of concepts?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you just say what a RAG is? You can feel free to answer. This is not a school or some kind of thing. If you don't ask your curiosity, you will just feel missing out. So you can just say any if you have any doubts. So yeah, one of you is saying you are familiar with RAG. Can you please explain what RAG is?
So RAG stands for retrieval augmented generation. So what we do is give a source to the model, and then we ask questions, and then the model will answer based on the source that we have provided it. One of the best example would be perplexity.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, basically, as he said, it is based on a thing like when a user asks a question about a certain kind of topic, and our system should respond based on that response. Now, just for moving in deeper into this RAG-based system, let us consider an example. Okay, we'll have three components in RAG, right? Retrieval augment generation. It stands for retrieval augment generation. So what we have to do is, firstly, a user will ask a question. Let us consider what is the capital city of Nepal. If the user have asked this question, the first thing, as mentioned in this image, the first thing will be the query. The query is about what is the capital city of Nepal. Now, in the second step, retrieval query. There we have reached in the retrieval query, and retrieval query is pointing to a data source, right? Now this data source contained the specific term called vector database, right? Have any one of you heard about vector database? I think most of you have heard about what database is, but what is vector database? Does any one of you know what vector database is? Hello.
So is it like the data is stored in vector form?
Okay, yeah, the data is stored in vector form. That's obviously from the definition, but what is a
Like
vector?
embeddings.
Yeah, I was hoping for that answer. Okay, we will be storing embeddings here, right? Now, what embedding is, now our query is what is the capital city of Nepal, right? That is in plain English form, right? What is the capital city of Nepal? It is a natural language term. And while we store our that content in vector database, we will convert that natural language into mathematical sentence, mathematical line, right? We'll convert each and every word, like what will be converted into some numerical value, is will be converted into one numerical value, and that numerical value will be stored in a database, and that database is called vector database. So instead of storing natural languages, we will be storing numerical value or embeddings, and based on that embeddings we will further compute a cosine similarity or some kind of similarity matrix, and based on that similarity matrix we will provide result, right? So the basically what vector database does is store embeddings of it can store embeddings of user query and our knowledge base. Okay, in another keyword I mentioned here, knowledge base. Has anyone of you heard about knowledge base? What is a knowledge base?
Mm, like words it contains, it's in vocabulary dictionary.
Okay, so knowledge base is all the information that is necessary for us to build a chatbot or something. Let me give you an example. If we are building a chatbot about Kathmandu, right? We have to build a chatbot which gives us information about Kathmandu. Now, when we call it all the information about Kathmandu, that information is our knowledge base, right? Now it can be of thousands of lines or multiple thousands of line, right? And we also need to convert that multiple thousands of line into embeddings, and that embeddings will also be stored in the same vector database. That and when the those embeddings will be stored in the vector database, user will ask a query, and that query will be matched with the embeddings of the knowledge base we have about Kathmandu, and based on that knowledge base our system will respond about some kind of queries user will ask, right? what is the area of Kathmandu? If a user asks that kind of question, our system will look into the vector database. It will match the embeddings, and if the embedding matches, it will send the response to an LLM, and LLM will help us generate an answer. Now, another keyword is I have mentioned here is an LLM. What is an LLM?
It is a large language model where massive text data are fed and model are trained like that, and based on what we enter the query, it just predicts the next token.
Yeah, okay. So LLMs language model, what happens is we'll train our model on lots and lots of natural languages, right? Then natural languages, by natural languages, I mean English languages. It can be any other languages of your choice. And if we are trained our model on a large corpus of natural languages, that is called LLM. Now, in this RAG-based system, what an LLM does is help us generate text, right? It helps us generate text. LLM RAG itself, it doesn't come with a text generation feature, so we will have to rely on LLM for text generation, right? Now in LLM, we can choose different kinds of LLM as per the project requirement. Some might be open source, some might be closed source, right? Can you give me some example of open source LLM? If anyone of you is familiar with it,
Llama.
what
Xerox.
is open source LLM in closed?
uh, ChatGPT from OpenAI, then from Google there is an from
Llama.
Grok, Llama, so Mistral.
Okay, so yeah, you are correct, right? Mistral, Tiny Llama, they are open source LLMs, whereas we'll just see ChatGPT or OpenAI, those kinds of thing are close source LLM, right? We have to pay some amount to access their API, right? Now we will be using those LLMs for generation of our text, right? Now there are 4 to 5 keywords we have to keep in mind while we read RAG. The first thing is user query. The second thing is embedding. The third thing is vector database. And the fourth thing is LLM. Now we also need to know what all these things do, right? So query is something user access, and secondly what happens is the query will be converted into an embedding, and that embedding will be then matched with the embedding we have converted from our knowledge base, and those knowledge base when the query matches, it passes that query to our LLM, that embedding to our LLM, and LLM help us to generate answer to the question the user have asked. Is there any question regarding this rack based system? Feel free to ask.
Also,
Okay, I'm gonna give you rack based system, but how and open source LLM works, I'm gonna give you an example of that. I'm gonna share my screen now. Okay, is my screen visible?
yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm gonna run a open source LLM. Okay, now what I did here is this Olama is a library which provide us access to open source model, right? And Olama run Llama 3. Llama 3 is the name of our open source LLM, and Olama is the library where Llama 3 is stored, right? Now when I do Olama run Llama 3, what it does is it runs this Llama 3 LLM in our system. Now what we can do is we can ask any questions just like ChatGPT. Now Now, when I ask this information, what it does is it first it matches this question with its knowledge base. is there any mention of capital city of Nepal in its Olama Olama database? If there is any mention of capital city of Nepal, it will look at that query and return us the capital city of Nepal is Kathmandu. It returns us with this answer, right? So what it does is it is some form of we cannot directly say it as a RAG. It is a chatbot kind of system where we are using Llama 3 as an open source model, and in the future we will be using this kind of open source model and we'll integrate it with our RAG based system, and this will help us in generation of this kind of text, right? In RAG it doesn't come with an inbuilt LLM, so we will have to rely on this kind of third party open source or closed source LLM which will help us with the text generation. We are asking for an query and it is generating text. The text is based on the knowledge base of Llama 3, right? Is there any confusion on this? You can run it on your terminal as well, okay? So if you, how many of you are using Linux, Windows, or if any one of you are using Mac as well? How many of you are using Linux? Okay, Irfan, his average is change, he's using Linux. So it is Irfan who is only using Linux, right? Are you confused about what open source model is?
No, sir.
Every one of you know what an open source model and what a closed source model is, right? If you have any confusion, you can feel free to ask about it.
So can you repeat about the closed source?
Yeah, basically, what I'm doing right now, I'll just share my screen again. Now, when I run this Olama run Llama 3, right? What is happening is this Llama 3 LLM is being called from Olama 3 Olama library, right? Now, Olama has provided this Llama 3 for free. Like we can run this Llama 3 for free. That is why it is an open source. Now, when I just try to use ChatGPT, right? You have used ChatGPT. Every one of you have used ChatGPT, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, while using ChatGPT, most of you have run ChatGPT through the interface only, right? You will just go in your browser and just type ChatGPT or something and just it use from there only. Have any one of you tried running ChatGPT through code? Have any one of
No, sir.
so when you try to use ChatGPT, apart from that browser, what it does is OpenAI will ask you for an authentication key, right? Now, what that authentication key will does is provide access. Share my screen again. Now, is my screen invisible? Now, these are the models OpenAI offers, right? Now, when I try to use this model, if I try to use GPT 5.2 model, what it does is it charges some amount of money per token or per request, right? When I ask a question to user, for the response it gives, we have to pay certain amount. Now, if we have to pay certain amount, it is called uh, close closed source model. But when we don't have to pay any amount, like in that the case of Llama 3 earlier, those one are called uh, open source model where we should not pay any amount to use its features, right? Now you might have seen in ChatGPT as well when you just ask question for a longer time, it gives a warning of around your free version has been rescheduled. You can try it after a certain time. You might have seen such kind of responses, right? Now
Yes, sir.
what it does is in that cases what OpenAI has does is for some tokens for some 5 to 6 requests it allows your response to be done for free, and after that it charges for some amount per your request, right? Now we can just see in comparison GPT 5.2, it charges around 1.75 per tokens or per 1 million tokens, right? Now per 1 million sentence you type, it charges $1.75. ChatGPT 5 model, it charges a bit less than ChatGPT 5.2. ChatGPT 5 mini, it charges $0.25, right? It charges some amount of money for you. And another difference about open source and closed source is when you just visit, uh, you can know how you will be given source code as well. I'll share my screen again. When there is a open source model, what happens is you will have the option to view how that system was built. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of how llama is being built, right? This is the GitHub repo of Olama, and in here you can contribute yourself. You can see how this kind of model is being used, right? You can see how Gemma 3 was built. You can see all the code written to build this kind of system, right? Everything is open source and publicly available for you to visit. And now I earlier did this. When you just copy this and run in your terminal, you can also access this model for free. Now what happens is when you are not connected to your internet as well, this model can you can run these LLMs in your terminal. So this is one advantage of using Olama or some kind of open source model. But while you use closed source, you have to be present in an internet connection. And secondly, you will not be available, you will not be provided with its source code. Right now there is no any source code for GPT. You have no idea how GPT is been built, or how what the background is about that GPT. But in case of Olama, everything is publicly available and you can contribute yourself. If you think you need to add some feature to Olama or some kind of llama model, you can just fork it. You can just make any changes to it and send as a PR request to the team. They will evaluate it, and if your contribution is valid, or if you have added something meaningful, your name will be added in the contributors as well if there is a open source model. But that will not be the case in the closed source model. For example, in ChatGPT or in Perplexity, you will not have any information about how it is built. So basically that is the difference between closed source and open source. Is there any more confusion about it?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay,
No, sir.
we will explore about RAG and how to code a RAG-based system in detail. Now, before jumping into that, what we will be doing is discussing some basics about what machine learning is, what deep learning is, and so I think you will be the one contributing it. So I'll ask a question to one of you. So I think you'll. Mm, okay, Anup Shrestha, are you there?
Okay.
So can you please explain me what is AI?
AI is a AI stands for artificial intelligence. Uh, it's a way to make machine think like humans think and reason, understand like humans do.
So okay, basically what AI stands for is artificial intelligence, and what it means by that is we have to create a system, we have to make a system that can mimic human-like intelligence, right? Now, for example, it can be while we program an AI system, while we work on a rule-based kind of thing, right? We define some rules, and based on that rules, we program our system to work on that. For example, if we have programmed a system for traffic control, and we have applied a camera there. Now, what rule will I add for that AI system is if you see a red color, your vehicle has to stop. When you see a green color, you have to move. That kind of, if I mention that kind of rule, those system will be called in AI, right? That will mimic human like intelligence, but we have to apply some kind of rules. We have to provide some kind of rules by ourselves. Human has to provide some kind of rule, and that kind of system is called artificial intelligence, or that is AI. Now, what is machine learning? If any one of you who want to volunteer for it, what is uh, machine learning in terms of AI? If AI is something that mimics human intelligence, yeah, you can continue.
So ML is when we train a model based on the past data. So when a model learns from the past data and makes discovers the underlying relations and associations, it is called machine learning.
Okay, so we will be feeding past data to our system, and it understands the underlying patterns or data, right? Now, what is the difference between, now what you said is also very close to deep learning, right? In deep learning, we'll do the same kind of thing. What is the difference between machine learning and in deep learning then?
In deep
Uh,
learning, we will try to mimic human brain through neural creation of artificial neural networks. And deep learning is usually used for a more complex tasks, which are really tough for a machine learning model to do, such as image classification and image recognitions.
What can't I do image recognition by any machine learning algorithms?
Yes, it is possible, but it is much easier and much efficient to run do a image classification using convolutional neural networks.
Okay. So basically, the what machine learning is, we will provide data, and those data should be very clean. Like for when we provide data, human intervention is still there for cleaning the data. When we feed a kind of data to our machine learning system, the data should be cleaned. It has to be organized while when we send, right? There are a lot of algorithms in machine learning which only accepts very clean data. But in the case of deep learning, human intervention is very minimal. You can directly send any raw data, and based on that raw data, our system is capable enough to study the underlying pattern. But in case of machine learning, we have to clean our data manually, and after the cleaning of that data only, our system is will be able to recognize any underlying patterns. That one is the major difference between machine learning and deep learning. And as you have said earlier, a deep learning mimics human like structure, right? How human brains thinks. It tries to mimic those structure, and based on that, it can accomplish a bit complex tasks than what a traditional machine learning system can do. Now, have any one of you have idea about the training pipeline, how to train a machine learning system? Do you have any idea of that? Have any one of you trained in a machine learning system? That can be either in your college project or any kind of thing. Have you ever trained a machine learning system before?
uh,
Yes, sir, I have.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for one of you. Okay, Irfan, you were saying you had, what have you done?
So for
What
my
kind of project were
academic
you doing?
project, I built an small language model, which uh, which is relying on which large language models are built for. But due to the limited resources, I just used like for review classification, like for doing the sentiment analysis.
Okay.
So
What
for that,
model did you
I
use? What model did you use?
transformer architecture model.
Okay. I was asking if any one of you have used a machine learning based model, like it can be linear regression, like logistic regression, those kind of thing. Any one of you have used it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example of how to train a simple machine learning system, and I think after that, most of every one of you can be able to train a simple machine learning system. I'm gonna share screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here what I have done is used a knife-based algorithm, right? It is a very simple probabilistic algorithm, or you can say in that way. It is a machine learning based algorithm, and I have trained the spam SMS spam detection simple project uh, for this purpose only. Now we have imported some libraries, required libraries here, and after that we have loaded our dataset. This will not be the type of dataset you will be working on in the future. This one dataset I have used just for the training purpose only, right? I have added my data here, and I have added this data in a data frame format, which will be used for in training further later on. Now I have converted into text vectorization. Now, what does this do is I've already explained about this. Okay, vectorization and embedding, those two are the similar kind of concepts. What we do here is convert this sentence into numeric value, and based on that numeric value, our model will compute which one of these is a spam email or is a ham email, right? Now, what this project is based on is we will be providing with a sentence like this, and it our system must be able to identify whether it is a spam email or a ham email, right now when you just look into this kind of data, you will already see an underlying pattern here. If there is a spam email, you will be mentioned about some kind of tickets, right, or some kind of amount of money you will be winning, or such kind of thing, right? When you just look at the pattern of spam, now when we just look at this, you will be seeing winner, and it is mentioned that you have won certain amount here. Now when you just look at another spam email, you can see you have won certain amount here. This will be the kind of spam email we will receive in a day-to-day basis. So I have taken this kind of example only. Now when I just train on this kind of model, what I first do is split this data into training and testing data. Do I need to mention about this in more detail? Are all of you familiar with this concept, splitting our data into training and testing? Do I
Yes,
need
sir.
to mention about it? If any one of you are unaware about it, you can feel free to ask about it. We have a lot of time. It is okay if you have not heard about it, so feel free to ask about it. Okay. Okay. If all of you are comfortable, I'm gonna ask someone. Okay. Rajesh Chaudhary, can you please tell me the difference between training and testing data?
No, sir.
You don't have idea about training and testing. Okay, you can ask if you have any confusion regarding it. Now, what basically we will do in machine learning or any kind of project we'll do further is we will have a data set, and firstly we will split it into training and testing data, right? What we do is we will split about let's say five this much data, around 6 to 7 email will put it in training data, and the remaining will be putting it in testing data, right? Now what we will do is from our training data we will create a model. Now note the keyword model here. Okay, we from our training data we will create a model which will be or not, that for the verification purpose we will be using our testing data, right? So the difference is from the training data we will create our model, right? From the training data we'll create our model, and the testing data we will be use that testing data to verify if our model is correct or not. So the difference between training and testing data is from the testing data we will create a model, right? The model is kind like a function which will take an input and it will provide an output. In this case, in our case of email SMS spam detection, the input our model will take is this kind of sentences, and the output our model will return is this kind of spam or ham, right? Now from the training data we'll create those kind of model, right? And when we create those model, Now we need to verify if the model we have created is correct or not, or it is giving us the right response or not. And for that purpose, we will use our testing data, right? And the key note to distinguish here is when we train our system, we should never send testing data, right? When we split our data here in through xtrain and xtest, right? When we split our data into two part, training and testing, when while we train our data, the model should never see the testing data, right? Because when our model sees the testing data, it has a high chances it will there will be a data leak, and the model will show higher accuracy, but in reality the model will be performing very poorly, right? When we leak our test data, note this thing that when we leak our testing data, what happens to our model is it will already see. When we leak our data, the model will be able to see this image, this line. Now when we test this sentence, this line in our model, as it has already seen this data, it will always give the correct result. So we will never know the actual accuracy of our system or our model. So what we have to do is when we train our system, we should completely avoid sending our testing data there. Now, for the training purposes, what we will be doing is we'll call model.fit, right? In our case, knife base was the library we'll be using, and the multinomial knife base is the algorithm we'll be using, right? So when we define our model, fit function, and when we train our model, we will be sending training data only. We will be sending only the training data. We should never send the testing data, or we should never allow leaking of a testing data. If we allow the leaking of the testing data, the model will already see the content in the test data, and it will give the false accuracy when we think that our model is already accurate, but in reality the model has already seen the testing data, and the accuracy gradually drops in the real world, right? So the main purpose of training and testing, splitting our data into the two part of training and testing, is from the training data we will create our model, and from testing data we will verify if our model is working correctly or not. Is it clear now what the purpose of two training and testing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is there any question till here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now, when we train our data, like we'll just complete this. When we train our model, now we should just verify if our model is performing correctly or not. We will call dot predict function, right? In training, we call dot fit. But while in prediction or while evaluating, we will be using dot predict function, right? And what dot predict will take is the testing data only. We will not be sending out training data, right, earlier. While we are training our data, we only send our training data. Now while testing, we will be providing our testing data. Now y prediction, what y prediction will contain is how my model has performed, right? Is it clear? Model.fit will train our system, or train our model. Now model.predict will test our model. Now in testing, what we'll be doing is we'll be sending, for example, this four sample will be used as a testing data, right? And in here what we will do is in our x test, here you can see x test here, right? X test, what we will send is this information will be sending in our X test, right? Six chances to win cash from 100 to 2000, 20,000 pound. This text will be sent in our X test, and model.predict will do will either classify this as spam or ham, right? This will be stored in Y prediction. Is it clear? Is this line clear? X test contain this sentence, right? And when we call model.predict and xtest, what it will do is predict either this sentence is spam or ham. It will predict either one of two, right? And that prediction will be stored in our y prediction value. Is it clear here?
Yes, sir.
And when we compute accuracy, what we will send is we will be sending y test, right? We will be sending our testing data and the prediction of this. Our prediction will be sending these two kind of prediction, and through which we'll be able to calculate the accuracy. And in this example, we can see the accuracy of our system is around 75%, which is not great, but we there are a lot of scope for improvement. We can increase the data size. We can add other parameters in our model as well. But just for understanding purposes, what we can do is for we need to train our system first. We need to predict our system, predict based on that model, and we need to calculate the accuracy from of that model, right? After calculating the accuracy, if you are satisfied with your accuracy, you can proceed with testing your data, right? Now testing the model. For testing purposes, what we can do is we can create a this is the function which will be used to predict whether the sentence we'll be rewriting will be spam or not. Now I will be sending a line which was not in our training or testing data, right? I will be sending a text that was not seen by our model either in training data or in testing data. For example, I will be sending hi, how are you? Now when I send this, our model will uh, return is as in ham. Now it cannot give you a clear meaning of clear meaning is it spam or not. But based on how our model was trained on the this kind of data, we can say that our model is doing correct response. Now let's just do congratulations, you have won $20,000. Now if I write this kind of line again, the model return as in spam. Now what it is doing in the background is understanding the pattern of our data, right? Now if I use the word congratulation here, the word here is already located in the spam section, right? And the dollars, right, in the dollar or the any kind of money where the money was mentioned was located in spam. So when we write congratulations and we mentioned amount, what our model did was in the background it just recognized the pattern the model was trained on, and it returned the response as spam. Now if I removed congratulations, you have won 20,000, it is still returning as in spam because uh, there are more samples where there is no any word congratulations, but there is amount mentioned, right? Now if I just remove the amount as well, you have a common cold. If I give a simple sentence where there is no any amount or such, it will again return as in ham, right? So what our machine learning system or machine learning does in general is it looks at the underlying data our model is trained on. So based on that data, we can predict further, or we can use for further prediction. Now was an example for machine learning, right? Now we will jump in an example for deep learning. Is there any question any one of you want to ask based on this? Is there any confusion? You can just feel free to ask. Okay, so if there is no any question, I will be jumping on another on deep learning models. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Now we will be jumping into the deep learning now. As I have already mentioned, in deep learning, what we will be doing is providing we will be providing raw image or raw text, such kind of information, and our model will be strong enough to directly clean itself and find the underlying pattern even through a raw data itself, right? Now, have you heard about MNIST? Any one of you have heard about MNIST dataset?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, can any one of you can say what MNIST dataset is? What is an MNIST dataset?
It's a dataset collection of different handwritten digits.
Right. It is a collection of different handwritten digits, right? Now, someone has made a MNIST playground where we will be able to draw any digit, and this website will be able to predict which digit we have drawn here, right? Now, let's give you a demo. I have drawn a 1, right? If I draw 1, what our system has done is neural network has predicted, or our deep learning system has predicted the sentence I have drawn here as 1, right? It has processed this image. It has taken it into an architecture called mnistnet.cnn, right? We will be looking at this architecture in a very few minutes. Now, this will be the architecture of our MNIST. This will be the parameter our deep learning model used for to show any kind of predictions, right? Now, even if I draw any kind of random, if I write 9 in this way, what will it be able to give? Right? I was drawing 9 here, right? I was drawing 9, but our neural network has given it as a prediction of 1. But what has happened is its confidence has decreased drastically, right? Now, if I had wrote 1 here like this, you can see the confidence was had a high confidence score. Now, when I just write 1 in a different way, you can see the confidence decreasing, right? So what this model is also capable enough is providing you with the confidence score as well and the prediction as well, right? Now, this will be the advantage of when we work with deep learning. Now, when it comes to the model of deep learning, I'll share a different screen. Wait a minute. To build this kind of system, what we need, like this kind of architecture, this is an architecture I have taken from that playground earlier. Now, to build such kind of intelligent system, what we need to do is this kind of thing, right? We need to augment our data. We need to load it. This is not transforming, right? This is the we are will be providing raw image only. This is just some kind of modification we have done for our system so it can be able to make accurate prediction. Now, in this model architecture, this is where all the magic happens. We need to define this model here. Now, this model is responsible for all the predictions that our system has already made, right? Here you can, this is already mentioned as MNISTnet. Someone has already made it as MNISTnet. You can make your own model as well, right? You can check different combination of convolution layer, right? You can make your own layer of, or you can make your own architecture here and check as well, right? Now this architecture is responsible for the uh, sample we have you seen earlier. Now you can make your own model like this, right? You can make your own model like this and you can train your MNIST as well, right? So when you do a project based on deep learning, first thing is to construct the model, right? Now, for constructing the model, you will have to have understanding of what convolution layer is, what Bayes normalization layer is. That is completely out of scope for us currently. We will be discussing about this information in next classes as well. But what you need to keep in mind is when you are building a deep learning model, you will be using this kind of architecture. You will be following this kind of pattern to build an architecture. Now this pattern is responsible, or this model is responsible for all the prediction you will be doing in your system. Other rest are of them are the simple training logic only, but all the thing necessary for your system to work correctly must be mentioned in this. So the important thing we will be doing if we do a deep learning project is to construct this kind of architecture, right? There are a lot of already pre-built architecture only as well, which you can use you can use yourself. But what is highly recommended is to make your own architecture. You will have a clear understanding about how a machine learning or deep learning system works. So it is better to build your own architecture when you do some kind of projects. Right, now you can directly call this MNIST directly without any writing this kind of code. You can directly call this as well, but that is very easy, and I think that will not be as per industry standard, right? Because when you go out in an industry and you have to design and deep learning model, you have to use an architecture of your own, or you can use this architecture and add some of the code of your own. So you just need to be comfortable with how a model works and what should be there in a model, right, in a deep learning model. So on the next classes when we learn about computer vision, we will discuss about this thing or this class in very detail. So I just sharing this slide. I just wanted to make sure you have an understanding of what need to be done when we do a deep learning, when we do a deep learning projects, or when we create a architecture of our own. Is there any question regarding this? Are you clear about this model? You can feel free to ask about any if there is any question you need to ask. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So is there any question you want to ask?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. I have some queries.
Yeah, you can ask me.
Mm. So I understand about the AI and ML and DL you talked about, and about the architect, about the steps we should follow. I quite understand the theory, but when it comes to the practical, about the application, about the coding part, that line by line coding, I feel kind of lost, and I don't understand which part should I write and which part should I skip, or the functions which function should I use. That kind of feels like I'm lost. I'm lost in that coding. So can you please explain how we should apply our theory to the actual coding part?
Okay, so basically you have a confusion about which part of code should I write myself and which part of should I need to import from other libraries or something, right?
Kind of that, sir.
Is that what you meant?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so what you need to
Regarding
first.
that,
Yes, with Didi, you can continue.
yeah, regarding that, so the main agenda for this intern prep program is to make you work on the prototype of the project that you guys actually will be working in. So today was just the introduction session, and we wanted to make sure that you do have idea about AI, ML, DL, the basic concept, what is the difference between them, and all that. So regarding the coding part, this is not the part that we will be focusing on. But despite that, as I said earlier, we wanted you guys to have idea about the primary stuffs as well. So today we introduced about these concepts. So we will provide you the resources of all the stuffs that you had gone through today, so you guys can explore about that on your own as well. But from tomorrow onwards, from the next class, we will be starting the actual coding part, the actual coding that we want you guys to work on. So at that time we will go like line by line, but this particular today's class and today's content was not in our class, was not in our plan, but we wanted to make sure again you do have idea about it and differences of all the stuffs to actually get into the project. So yeah, so regarding the code line by line, uh, I don't think that would be possible for today's class, uh, but yeah, Ishan, what you were going to explain, you can carry on that part.
Yeah, the class after this will be completely different than today. So today was just an introductory class, and just to make sure every one of you are familiar to machine learning or any kind of software development principles. And on further classes on Wednesday, we will start working on a real world project. We will be building a rack system that will be up to an industry standard that you can use on your CB, and you can just that will be up to an industry standard. Today's class was just for an introductory classes for you, just to make sure you are comfortable, and we will discuss about the coding practices and how to write a effective code that can be used in as per industry standard from next class onwards. So today was just introductory class. So yeah, it is what it is.
Thank you, sir. I got my answer.
Okay. So is there any other questions regarding today or any confusion regarding this program as well?
No, sir.
Okay, so we will not be doing next classes in this format from the next class onwards. We'll be directly jump on coding part directly from the next class. Well, we'll be learning about natural language processing and computer vision. We will run a simple coding exercise in the next class as well. So yeah, it will be very familiar, and I think we'll be cover all the industry as per it will be cover all the topic as per industry standard from the next class onwards. So I think that will not be any topic of worry for you. Okay, is there any
Sir, can
query
you
you
get,
had?
I have to say something, sir.
Yeah, you can go on.
So can we get this recorded video of today's class?
Yeah, you will be provided with all the resources of today's. Let's see.
Also, thank you.
Okay. There is no any questions, and then I think we will. I just wanted to make sure if are all of you comfortable. It is suggested it is best if everyone was in Linux, right? Because in machine learning project, Linux would be highly preferable. So if every one of you are comfortable using Linux, or if any one of you are thinking of switching to Linux now, I think it is the best time to switch to Linux. And if you are not comfortable switching to Linux, or if you are using Mac, it is okay. But if you are thinking about switching to Linux, I think it would be better uh, to switch to Linux if we before we start doing our coding exercise. It is not a concern of worry if you are on Windows or a Mac as well, but it is just preferable if you are on Linux. So if you'll be comfortable switching your OS, then it is highly recommended for you to switch to Linux. But if you are not comfortable, it is okay if you are on Windows as well. Uh, that was the prerequisite. How many
So I
of
have
you
a
are using?
question.
Yeah, you can ask me.
So you said we'll learn about NLP in next class, right? So I have understand the theory behind NLP, but I have not worked on practical implementation. So should we prepare or learn anything new that will be important for upcoming class?
I- if you already have a understanding of theoretical understanding, then I would suggest you to explore some projects related to sentiment analysis, right? How to clean your data, right? If that, do you have any knowledge about that? Have you ever done some kinds of projects?
No, I don't
Sentiment.
have any. practical
L-
implementation, just I have
uh,
theoretical knowledge.
yeah, if you want, you can just learn about how to clean your textual data, right? Because it is very important to feed a clean text. So for next classes in NLP section, I want every one of you to have how to clean your what are the algorithms that can be used in sentiment analysis. You don't have to write a practical code for it, but you just need to understand how does the flow works and what are the algorithms that is required for sentiment analysis. That will be okay. And for computer vision, I think most of you know about YOLO. How many of you know about YOLO architecture? Okay, if you have heard about this for the first time, I want you to have a basic understanding about what YOLO architecture is. And for the computer vision part of the project, I just so for NLP, you need to know what a sentiment analysis is, how to clean your text data, and for computer vision, I want you to know a basic understanding about YOLO architecture. We will be discussing about those topic in the next classes.
So our next class will be on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday.
And then after Wednesday, again on Monday, right?
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything you want to ask about this program or topic about today?
Yes, sir, I have one query regarding the NLP.
Yeah, you can go on.
Uh, which library is preferred, NLTK or SPC?
It is up to you. Which are you comfortable with? Spacey, it is generally used for different kind of thing, whereas NLTK it is used for different kind of thing. Spacey is generally used for NER, named entity recognition. We will not dive deep into this today. We'll further discuss about it in later class. But if you are comfortable with any one of two, it is okay. But species it has a added advantage that it can be used for name entity recognition or NER as well. So having an understanding, having an idea about species is better than NLTK. But
Okay, sir.
NLTK it is easier to learn and it is very easier and very user friendly than spacey, but it is up to you which one do you prefer. It is also based on the kind of project you are doing, so both of them has their own perks.
Okay, sir.
And in this program, we will not be using both. When we will be building a RAG-based system, I don't think we'll be using NLTK or spacey, but we'll be using Python specifically. We'll be doing that. But for your understanding and for the next class, you can just learn about NLTK. It would be better to learn about NLTK than spacey because we'll not be going into the name entity recognition side of the NLP. So if anyone of you want to learn NLTK and spacey for the next class, it is preferable that you learn about NLTK. Okay, I'll write something here so it can be used as a references for NLP. Mm. So I have written something on the chat. Uh, it would be better if you came prepared about this kind of topic. Learn about NLTK and sentiment analysis for NLP tasks. And for computer vision, learn about YOLO and pose estimation. And we'll be doing a project regarding this in the next classes onward. And another thing, if any one of you don't have VS Code setup or any kind of code editor, you have to have this for the next class onward. So you have to be prepared about VS Code or any code editor of your choice, and either Linux, Windows, or OS of your choice. And this prerequisite about NLTK is YOLO, sentiment analysis, and pose estimation. That would be the prerequisite for the next class. Okay, any other questions?
So for this euro and pose estimation thing, uh, it can be used in VS Code, or do you need another code editor for this?
It can be done through VS Code. Now,
Okay.
just in case if any one of you don't have a high-end laptop or PC, we can use Google Colab as well, so it would not be much of a problem. So if every one of you have a VS Code setup, it is okay. You don't need to worry about it. You can do everything on VS Code only. And if there is any concern about GPU or something, we can use Google Colab for that. So we'll cover up everything on that as well. And also, I just need to ask one thing. Every one of you are clear about Python programming, right? Do you know data structure about Python? Do we need to, should we do a class about Python or not? What do you guys think? Are you comfortable with Python?
Uh,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, Irfan, you are wanting to say something?
No, sir, I just want to say I'm comfortable with Python.
Okay, so I think most of you are comfortable with Python programming as you are learning CSIT engineering, or you are a computer science major. So I think Python is a very basic programming skill you need to know. So we will be using Python for our all of our projects. And if you are not prepared about Python, if you are still doubtful about Python, another prerequisite is to learn about Python before the next class. Okay, we will not be covering Python in here because there are a lot of resources online you can grab. So you can watch any tutorial about data structure regarding Python and just become prepared about that, because Python is very basic. Basic thing about Python is very easier to learn the basics. So I think another prerequisite for the next class is to learn about Python as well. We will not cover Python in these classes, so it is better for you to learn about it when you come to the next classes. In this course, we'll just be focusing around building a rack-based system that is up to industry standard. And for that, you will need a very good intuition about Python. So you need to have your base about Python very clear. You need to know about what is classes, what are objects, right? Inheritance, such kind of thing. You need to have a very good understanding about such kind of OOP concepts. So it is preferable if you came prepared for about that as well. Okay, any further questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Um, if you have any question regarding this program, okay, you are free to ask. Okay, if there is no any questions, then we will wrap up for today. And just for the reminder, we will not be conducting the next classes on from this format. We will be doing practical coding from the next class onward. So come prepared, learn about Python, just learn about Spacey, learn about NLTK, learn about YOLO. So okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, may we leave the class?
I think Vidya Didi is wanting to say something.
Okay, sir.
Am I now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to add little on this part. Like, for example, what you studied today, example, when the class was started, at first we learned about Olama, right? So when we will learn during the class, we will learn about one platform only. Like, for example, today we learned about Olama only. So Olama is a platform which is designed to manage the LLM locally, right? So there are many other platforms. So it won't be possible to cover up all the platforms at a time in such a period of time. So we want you to go and research about, okay, what would be the other Thank you. Was I audible previously?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. You were at the initial, but in the middle, you couldn't hear you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Your,
so
your
what I
voice
was
is
saying
back.
is that, is it still unclear?
No,
No,
ma'am,
it's
you're
fine now.
audible.
Ma'am, your
Hello?
voice is too low. Could you please increase the volume?
Okay. Yeah, I was little sick, so might be because of that. Is it good now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to say, I wanted to add little on this part that, like, for example, when we study in the class, we might be able to cover only one platform or only one sort of things or open source model or whatever we are studying. We might be able to cover only one. Like, for example, we talked about Olama previously, right? So what is Olama? It is an open source platform that is designed to manage LLM locally, right? But Olama is not only the platform that we have, right? But it won't be possible, obviously, to cover up all the platforms that we have, right? But that does not mean we should have idea only about Olama. So what we expect you to do is that, what are the other platforms like Olama, like Llama CPP, VLLM? So in our organization, we might use Olama or we might use Llama CPP as per the project that we are working on, right? So we will focus accordingly, like what would be feasible for us. But at the same time, we also expect you to go and research about other platforms, like, okay, what are the options that we have and which one to prefer on what kind of scenario. So we expect you to do those things in the gap that we have in between the classes, right? So that was the thing that I wanted to add. So Olama was just an example, like for other stops as well. Like whatever you will, for example, you learned about Llama just before, model, open source model, but there are other models as well. And obviously, it's not possible for us to cover everyone, as I said earlier. So we want and we expect you to do a bit more more of research and exploration on that part as well. Okay, so along with the assignments that our Shanji has provided or assigned to you, along with that, we also want you to do research about the stuffs that you studied in the class. Okay, so that was the thing I wanted to add. That's it from my side. Thank you. Sanji, you can take over.
Yeah, as you have said, we will not be using one of the open source model only, but there are a lot of options you can explore. There are models like Mistral, Tiny Llama, and a lot of model you can just see. You can just see about it yourself. So yeah, as Vidya Didi has already said, you can feel free to explore any topic yourself, and if you have any confusion regarding any of the topic while you explore, you can feel free to ask about that in the next classes as well. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Yeah, and about the contents that you can explore those code as well, because obviously without having the strong foundation we cannot do better on this part, like LLM or all the stuffs that we work currently in context with best model. So we prefer you and obviously we would be happy if you would go and try to execute those codes and explore some more of it. So we will share you the resources in the drive so you can explore it. You can try it out along with the assignments again that our Sanji has assigned to you. So I think that's it for today class. If you guys do not have any questions, then we can end it today for today. Thank you. Do we have any questions? Okay, I will take it as a no. So thank you guys. See you on Wednesday. And if you guys have any question, then you can obviously always put your queries in the chat box in the Teams. We will answer it. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, man.
Okay. Okay, thank you all. I think that's all for today. We, we, you can all leave the call.
Thank you, sir.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Thank you.